Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we're heading out behind the barn to do a little bit more work on the new turkey house, but we also have some updates to give you around the homestead. Hey ladies, how you doing, chickens? Hi replacements. You like your new pen out here? Chickens, you staying cool? It's a warm one today, but you're in the shade. Hey ducks, you staying cool out there, Pebbles? Hey Mumbles. And we got the new duck flock right next to the bubble so all the ducks can intermingle and get to know each other with their quacking. And that's the first update. Sadly, we lost Major, the new gander that I was raising up. After his injury, which I think was a slipped tendon, he did stop eating, and I tried to give him his own feed, water, give him some space, let him swim, everything I could to get him better. And then one morning I came out and he did pass away. So I had to bury him and he will be missed. I was really hoping to have the gander so we could fertilize some goose eggs next year. So that's going to be something else we have to do. But I do feel really bad we couldn't get Major better. So we have the new duck flock out there with no gander or goose in there, just Mumbles the goose. And hopefully she's going to adopt all the new ducklings into her flock. Which brings me to my other point. We're going to be combining the chickens, the replacements, and the main flock in the barn. What are you doing, Muffins? She's making noise, Dizzy. And when we do that, I think I'm going to move Rita in with all the other ducks and combine the duckling flock into the main duck flock with Mumbles. I'd really like to combine both duck flocks together, but they won't both fit into the duck house. So I've been working on the turkey house out back. I haven't had time to expand the duck house yet, but that is on the list. So we will be expanding the duck house so we can fit all the ducks into it. And before I move the replacements into the barn, I'm going to have to make an adjustment to the roosting bars. So right now in the chicken stall, I have 2 ladders. Most of them are up on that stall wall at night, but they do use these ladders, but only the top half. They don't really like using the bottom half because I think they're too low compared to everybody else at that point. So if I cut these 2 ladders in half and lay 4 ladders, the 4 pieces up against that wall, they'll all be at more equal resting heights, and I think they'll probably be able to use more space of it. And then Sedgwick gets this little perch over here. I had to make her once I built a little pen here for the turkey to go in. Hey turkey. I had to give Sedgwick a little perch because she couldn't stand on this board anymore with her butt hitting the fence. So I had to extend that for her. So she's the only one that sleeps over here now, and then everybody else is over here. It's going to be a little chaotic moving 21 birds in with 18 birds, but I think once they're all inside the barn here, it's going to be a little easier to take care of them in one location. What do you think? You want them all inside the barn together? But I'm hoping there isn't too much fighting with them. And I'm not sure how the replacements are going to treat Rita, the jumbo white chicken. What happened, little rooster? Did you find your way on the outside? Hey buddy, I'll help you. Hey little one. You're a little one. This is my little red-shouldered Yokohama rooster, so I'm going to try and spend a little bit of time with him anytime I catch him, just so he settles down and knows I'm a nice, not a big threat, and he won't scratch me or puppy whenever we go in. Oh bud, we're good peoples. And I did make a little bit of progress on the turkey hut since the last time that we saw it. Hey goats, how you two doing? Hey Flip, keep your head inside. Yeah, look at those horns, they're getting long, girl. Yeah, they are. Hey bud, yeah, you have one. Yeah, look at that little nub of yours. Yeah, you have one. What you doing, pup? Come on, bud. Yeah, did you lose me? Okay, you found me. I still have to get the last 3 posts in out here to finish off the fence, and then we can actually stretch the fence around. But we can't put the turkey out here until I finish the hut anyway, so they're safe at night. And I did make some progress on the hut. I built pretty much the whole front wall since the last time we saw it. It was like a jigsaw puzzle, so it would have been really hard to bring you along with me. But I also brought out some more material that we had in the barn. My dad saved these A-frame rafters for some reason, maybe from an old hangar, I think it was. But we had them in the barn. They're 24 feet long, and I've been trying to figure out a way I could use them so I could get them out of the barn.
All right, they are heavy and they are long, but I think they're perfect. I think it's going to be 24 feet, so I have 16 feet in the building, and I can overhang a little bit on the left side and still have enough for the outside covered run.
I'm not sure how I'm going to get them up there yet. Come on, Pop. Come on. Out the way, Pop. Out the way. All right, up against the edge. All right, don't push them. Run, chickens. Sitting on a big old log here. This is why I like leaving some logs around the property. Just give you somewhere to rest your butt. Hump up. Out of this load of firewood that my brother dropped, I'm trying to save some of the straighter posts that I can use for some fence posts and some for the posts up at the new turkey hut. You'll see. Come on, Pup. Hey, Flop, what are you doing up there? You big goat. Slip. We're coming. And these will come into play a little bit later on in the project, but I wanted to get them up here just so I could use them.
All right, we got the rafters on top of the building. I'm probably gonna work on attaching those tomorrow, but while I have my dad's help today, we're gonna start moving the stuff at the barn and getting that leveled out a little bit. All right, we're getting some of this cleaned out here, getting some of the dirt moved away, and there's some old scrap metal that we cleaned out of the barn and it got all covered up with dirt. We're pulling that out, getting that thrown out, and getting a few other things moved around and organized. I think I'm gonna have to build a little stone wall like I built down there. Add all the foundation stone right here so we can raise up this level of the barn around the side. I want the ground to be level going across the whole barn, so this side's gonna have to be built up pretty good. So I'm gonna have to build a little stone retainment wall to get that done. So there's gonna be a lot of little things that need done to get the overall big project finished. Isn't nature beautiful? All right, it's the next day. I got my helper right here, and we're gonna try and get the structure of the roof on this new turkey hut. Yesterday we got the trusses up on top, so hopefully today by myself I'll be able to get them in place and screw everything down. I have my rafters up there in the corner. I have the boards here that I'm gonna be using as the rafters, but I don't have a lot of screws left, so we're gonna go as far as I can with the screws that I have today. Then I'll be heading up to my brother's to pick up his tractor because our lawnmower is broken right now, so I'm gonna have to use his to get the yards mowed this week. And when I run up there, I'll pick up another box of screws, so we'll just see how far I can make it today with what I have. You stay down there in the shade, pup. What are you doing, goat? Hey, Flip. All right, well, we are up here and we have the one truss that is covered with plywood. That one's going on the back side. And then we have the open truss that I'm probably gonna cover with some mesh to keep some good airflow coming in. And that's going on the front. I'm gonna be overhanging a little bit on this side because I'm gonna have an open space here and I need it covered from the weather and still allow the air to flow through. I threw some rafters up here, but I don't wanna do too much talking. I'm just gonna get started and see what I can get done up here. Just trying to get some stabilization on this one so I can hold it up and in place, and then I'll try and bend this one up and in place and I'll be able to just kind of secure it all together at once. Can't complain about the view though. How you doing down there, pup? Still got some shade? Good boy. So I have the trusses up and vertical and some rafters across it to hold them in place. Now I'm just measuring to see if I have a square box. Just got to make it to the other side first. I didn't walk on this side before, so I was a little cautious in the beginning, but I think it's going to hold me. It's just a little wobbly. That was a total guesstimate, just going off the edges of the boards here trying to make a box. But we are only 1 inch off, I think. Wasn't it 87 over there to the outside? 1 inch off is not bad at all for a turkey hut. I think instead of shrinking the back, I'm going to expand the front by this 1 inch. And then I'll go through and attach some more rafters and attach this to the actual frame of the turkey hut. And hopefully we'll have a nice solid roof framework up here. I can start attaching metal. Hump up. All right, not too bad so far. The sweat bees are ridiculous out here right now, but I think I have a pretty square structure. Whoa. I still do have some metal laying around the house here and in the barn, and then I have some up at my brother's house I need to get down here. I think I should be able to have enough to finish this roof, but it might end up being pieced together a little bit more than the other roof has. But being 24 feet long, I don't think I'm going to be able to get anything in one piece. It might be a little bit more pieced together more than the goat hut roof was. The goats have a whole side of that building in the shade, and they have shade outside. They're both laying in the sun in this corner. Not sure why. Most people said goats usually just stay in the shade in their building, but my goats are laying outside in the sun. Puppy's in the shade though, well, half of them. Echo just took off, he is on it. He's chasing the big bird out of the sky. Doesn't want it to land here. Oh, pop. Ooh. Almost fell. Gotta remember I'm on the roof up here. Come on back, pup. Echo Pup's been real good about chasing the large birds, the hawks and the cranes and the herons away from the property, which has been really nice. Especially since I put in that pond at the house and just got my koi fish moved into it, so I don't want the blue herons starting to stop by. Well, it happened. I ran out of screws, but it's looking really good. It's looking really big too. I'm liking it. Instead of a turkey hut, I'm thinking it's turning into like a poultry palace. This looks awesome. That is a massive roof up here. We're gonna have a good overhang here for a pen on the side. And then I am planning on putting a front porch here, kind of where these pallets are. So I'm gonna have a front porch roof, and that roof is gonna go straight into the top of the building that's gonna cover this overhang. Since the boards I had for rafters wasn't long enough to cover the full building, I decided to shorten it a little bit, and then my porch roof will come in and cover the rest of that. I kind of have to make my own design here if I want to use all the free wood that's available to me. And up until this point, I still haven't bought any materials except for screws to put everything together. Yesterday we even brought up 2 tree trunks from a load of firewood that we got dumped off that I think will be straight enough and nice enough that I can use for the front legs of the porch roof. This building's going to be awesome. I think it's turning out to be more of a poultry palace than a turkey hut. Let me know down below what you think a good name for the new building is going to be. But I did run out of screws, so I am done for the day. I'm going to pick up a box of screws whenever I pick up the tractor so I can get everything around here mowed. I got to do some weed whacking today, and a bunch of other projects are going on in the meantime. But it's after 2 o'clock here, and it's time for a full barn turnover. So that's going to be all for this one. Here soon we're going to be moving the replacement flock into the main flock inside the barn. I want to get a few roosting bars built for them and maybe a couple more nesting boxes because they're going to be laying eggs here soon. So I'm hoping there won't be too much fighting going on since they've been able to meet for the last few weeks here between the fence here, and some of them have gotten over and gotten in with each other, but I've been trying to keep them separated and still able to see each other through the fence line. But as you can tell, some of these birds are getting pretty big and they're getting close to egg laying age. So that's going to be all for this one. If you want to follow along with all the animals here on the homestead, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching.